Hey everyone, it's me, your boy, Brendan, here to tell you everything that happened in week 16 of the Injustice League. And actually, before the actual games begin, sadly, both I, your esteemed president, and your commissioner are out of the game. So who knows what's happening? We all know is that trophy is set to make a reappearance. Here amongst all the hopefuls of Injustice, may we show you what the semifinals of the Injustice 2022 season are all about. Here we go. First up, the Consolation Bowl. Playing for third place, I think? Anyway, all four of these fools lost last week. Tim played super decent against Mateo, who fell apart, just like his automobile. Tim progresses. And then, in a battle that was slightly closer, Steve comes barreling out and edges out the career bear Chris, whose sleep deprivation lost him the game. And so, battling for third place next week, we have Tim versus Steve. But now, for what you've all been waiting for. It's the semifinals. And what happens here comes soon.
Victory!
Derek versus Foster. I think we can place almost all the blame on Derek not listening to the coaches. His backup wide receiver Marquise Goodwin injured and re-injured that left wrist that forced him to carry a questionable tag the entire last set of the season, and then forced him into injury reserve. That's before he could get a catch. But beyond that zero, the rest of Derek's team did average. Patrick Mahomes did his best and threw for two and ran a touchdown in, but it wasn't enough against the might of the auto draft. Even with a negative showing from his defense, Foster's Fisters fisted magic. His team did rather well. Twin quarterbacks led the way for a strong showing from Devontae Smith. This was Foster's play all along. Pretend to suck at the game, auto-draft a mediocre team, then hold on to them like the miser of old. And as the rest of the league falls to injury, and injury comes forth like a magical, mythical kraken that he oh so reveres. In the end, it would be Michael Foster who goes on to the finals.
This is without
Rematch from week 5. The number 1 seed, the number 1 manager, the behemoth that laid waste the entire season. Or at least that's what it felt like. In the end, the parody monster got to us in the end. Jonathan would end the season 9-5 and in the first place. But Maggie would end in 7th at 8-6. Wow, and I was just 7-7 and just outside the playoffs. Something feels wrong. For me, that is. Anyway, let's get to the game. Unlike the last game, this one felt a bit of a shutout. Jonathan was forced to play scrubbed QBs. Carr and Dalton each played like shit, with Carr getting Jonathan 0.25 points. And he was the better one. Meanwhile, Maggie's namesake Goff comes forth like a phoenix, and along with the third stringer, Purdy gave Maggie an over-mounting edge. She apparently picked up the one tight end who actually can score more than one touchdown. And there we have it. The semifinals. Foster and Maggie are headed to the big show, both at the pinnacle of their football careers. Foster, a returning champion of the Injustice League. Maggie, someone who claims she wins all the time in other leagues, inferior leagues. A battle of roommates, degenerates of football and statisticians each. Who will win? Only you can find out. Here? Tomorrow? Here at the Injustice League. 2022. Out.